Good afternoon, Lady Cage here. Um, Before I start, because I've seen a lot of people kind of looking at the 8-year-old being a better parent situation. I want you guys to go ahead and do this activity for me. Real small, nothing big. Go ahead and look underneath your seat, grab that index card and my favorite color pen. Yes, my favorite color pen. And I want you to go first, think about a situation in your childhood as young as you can remember, like as young as you remember, all the way to the top age 17. 18 is a little sketchy, but 17 most definitely are still considered in your parents' custody. Okay, now, now, if I have those that are people, if I have some people out here that if I have some people in the crowd that's had wonderful parents, great parents, I most definitely want you to write about it, okay? You don't have to write everyone. We don't have to write our name on there. I would just like for you to initial and date. That is very important to me. Initial and date. Now, if we had great parents, I would love for you to go ahead and write down what made your parents so great, the things they did, how they handle situations, especially hard ones, like whatever you feel like was that one thing that made them the great parents. I would love for you to write it down. I want to hear it. I want to read it. I want to know about it. Now, to the other 98% of us who weren't lucky to have parents that knew what to do and knew how to do what they needed to do as a parent, I would like for us to go ahead and, with that same index card, write down from ages, of course, as young as you remember, all the way to age 17. I would love for you to go ahead and write down what was that thing that just was like, this is it. I would never do this to my kid. Whether it was embarrassment, whether it was abuse, whether it was mentally abusing you, whether it was like not being strict enough, over strict, I don't care what it is, write it down. Because at the end of the day, if you're writing it down, that means you remember it. We remember it. That means what happened to us as children impacts us as adults. We remember it. With these decisions, things that we remember, we should handle things differently when it comes to our children because we know how it feels. Okay? Now, I just want to go ahead and, when you finish writing those down, I'm going to give y'all a second to write it down because I see a lot of us writing. A lot of people wasn't writing when I talked about the great parents. When I talked about the bad parents, it's okay. It's okay. It is what it is. We had what we had. But we're here to make it better for the next, okay? That's why we're here. That's why we're learning. All right, so go ahead. When you finish, I would like for you to put both of those back. Yes, my pen, too. Yes, I'm sorry. You have to put my pen back. It is a nice shade of purple. Put it back. Okay? Now, there's a lot of things that impacts us as kids that we tend to bring into our adult life. I want to most definitely point out 3. Now, of course, again, there are a lot of things out there that impacts us. But I know 3 things that, to me, most definitely hit the nail out of the thing. Obesity. Something we gonna address today. Racism. Yeah, I get annoyed hearing about it too. And, of course, emotions. We know everything does cause every action cause a reaction based off emotion. It's an emotion that plays a big part of how we act, especially as kids. So how we act as parents are even more important. Okay, dropping down to obesity. Let's talk about that right quick. Now, we finally brought this baby into this world. Beautiful baby. Everybody can say so. You can say so. Baby is beautiful. Right? Baby is hungry too. Okay? And women, we all know, it's like I'm going to be stating a lot of things that we know. If it's common sense to you, let's broaden it up. Let's put some oomph into it and let's make some actions behind it also. That's very important, very, very important. Now, this baby is hungry and we create these we got food for it, okay? Now, bottle fed. I want us to try to not get too much into it. Like, yeah, breastfeeding is a lot. It hurts. I know it hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Especially the milk ducts. Understand? Them big boobies hurt. Yeah, y'all, the guys see it and be like, whoo. baby, we like, ooh, it hurts, okay? But that pain is for a very, very important reason, okay? In fact, according to Women's Health Information Center, part of the U.S. Department of Human Services, babies who were breastfed tend to gain less unnecessary weight, and it helped them be less overweight later. Yeah. Not just that, it comes with along with boosting immune systems. It comes with beating it'll lower the allergies for them, and we don't know why, but it's been fewer cases of SIDS. We don't know. Sudden infant death syndrome. We don't know, but breast milk helps it stop. Okay. Greater advantages, cognitive, neurological, everything. Recent studies showed that children who were breastfed opposed to children who are bottle fed had IQs 5 to 10 points higher. Yeah. That's the difference from regular baby to Albert. You don't know. Einstein, you don't know. Them 5-10 points might make a difference in your baby if you already have the genes for it. You have the smart genes. Breastfed give you a little boost. Why not? We all like to use the boost on the games. Let's use it in real life. Let's give our babies the boost, okay? A big benefit also, moms. We know that breastfeeding also helps the contractions of the body, muscles inside, and did you know that it helps pull that weight back in, smalling us down, get us back to looking in the mom jeans real good. Yeah, mom jeans. Let's breastfeed. It helps all that, baby. It's all in one. Okay. Someone somewhere needs to hear this. This is very, very important. Not every time your baby cries does that mean that your baby is hungry. Yes, I said it. If you have already fed, you have already burped, you have already changed, and you've already cleaned, so obviously it must be nap time. It doesn't mean give the baby a bottle so the bottle can put the baby to sleep. That means you have to get up, baby. Get up, mom and dad, auntie, uncle, big sister, somebody, somewhere has to get up and rock the baby to sleep. All the baby needs at this point is some tender love and care. Give baby that, okay? Don't overfeed baby. So let's say we have two situations. Obesity, we slide on obesity. Two situations. Formula fed babies, already in the boat. Your baby already in the boat. Excessive amounts of breastfeeding. You are also in the boat. Okay? Typically, if your baby has been in that boat and they're drifting to go to daycare, we're not drifting. We're riding the wave. I'm so sorry. That's a little bit better. We're riding the wave to get to daycare, right? By the time your baby is 2 at daycare, the normal weight, are we ready? 26, 37. Listen carefully. 26 to 37. My babies that's on that boat, y'all looking at 37 to 53 pounds. You didn't already cause your baby to not be able to run like the others, okay? It's real. This is not the baby's fault. The baby wasn't born big. Some cases that they were, okay? Then your baby is born big, and your doctor has the perfect situation to get your baby ready. You know, especially when they start walking. When they start walking, that's the easiest time for them to lose the baby weight. That's the important time. But you have already created this time to be uncomfortable. We don't want our babies to be uncomfortable. We can't have an uncomfortable 2-year-old. We're supposed to have a happy, playful 2-year-old, not a baby that's over there out of breath. That's not okay. And it's okay because you're here to learn it early. We're here to fix this. We're going to fix this. Absolutely not a problem. Okay? Now, let's say our babies that's 2 through 5, of course, this is still only on the parents. These are our parents. 2 through 18 or 17, okay? It is very important to avoid, please do not use sugary snacks for a reward. Okay? Let's not do this. This is not only causing cavities, but this is causing obesity. Okay? We can't do that. There's this rule that I learned real early, luckily, while I was in college. It's the 5210 rule. Okay, 5 cups of vegetables or fruits. 5, 2 hours or less, okay, of TV time that's not educational. Okay, I let my kids slide on education. You can get more time, like PBS Kids has its own app on the Roku TV. I let them take that and PBS Kids it out. You know, you're learning. And after, when they finish learning, I ask them, what did you learn? My son, he'll tell me about planets. He'll tell me about science. Like, he's into it. I have no problem with that. You are learning. But Gumball and Darwin? That's so Raven. You know, we might be learning some life lessons and some giggles, but we're not learning educational. We're not boosting those up, so we have to lower those down. 1 hour of exercise time, you guys, that is very important. Full body exercise. If you can't do it outside, do it inside. Try to. This not only helps you and your child, it helps your relationship as a whole. This time, instead of you in your room, they in their room, you outside, they're outside, you're inside watching from outside. You go outside and with them and play. Grow that bond. Why not? This is your baby. This is your child. And we learn from our mistakes. Do not do what your parents used to do to you. You don't do that all the time. That's like bringing old relationships into a new relationship. You don't do that. You drop that out for the dope. And you pick up these new keys and these new bags and you go buy everything new for this new place. Let's not get it twisted. We have to take care of our kids. Okay, zero sugary snacks. Okay, there are so many healthy snacks that they have made with creative sugary things. I get my unicorn bars. They're granola unicorn bars. They look like they are gonna hurt my teeth, but they are healthy. They are healthy. It's full of it's a trail mix bar, but they just dyed it pink. But my daughter, she loves them. You know, pay attention to those. Do things like that. Check out the sugary drink. Did you know that an apple, you can buy 2 bananas with $1? Instead of buying 1 donut with $1, how about we buy 2 bananas for $1? Why not go the healthy route? And you get more for less. Or the same price. I love the bargain. I love to pay less all the time. I pay less all the time. I'm going to pay less all the time. I don't care. I can have $1 million in my bank account. I'm still going to pay less. That's more I can get. That's more I can give. Even if I get too much, I can always give to another child. There's nothing wrong. You got extra, don't throw it away. Give it to another child. Feed another child. We are a community. We all share the same blood. The same color blood. We all shed blood. Now, if somebody over there bleeding grape jelly, then, you know, we can question that. But as for right now, all of us should be paying attention to these children. All of us should be caring for these children. Okay. Next, as parents, we must address. I'm gonna cover the racism thing. Whew. I don't like racism. I don't believe in racism. A child is born with racism. Understand? Children are born innocent. To say a child is born racist is saying a child is born sinful. The child is born of the devil. Do we, you know? But I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna really say. I'm not gonna bring it that deep and say sinful because I think it's hard. It's real harsh. So I'll say biased. Okay. Did you know in an online discussion, a student wrote, "The issue of race has affected our ancestors, but it is still a problem that continues to present itself today. Children began to distinguish between different races as early as 6 months, and by 2 years old, they favor their own race. 6 months. Now, this college student with no kids, I want to point out this college student has no kids. I really want to point that out. Okay, I have 5. I have 5, all different colors of the rainbow. We all have seen my kids. I have a white kid. He ain't white, but he black, but he red. But everybody looks at him. He questioned his own color, and it's never been they're different. It's been I'm different. That's what he addresses first. That's what a child addresses first. Self efficiency. I believe. I know how to spell the word. I'm sorry, I can't say the word. But I know exactly what it is. They look at their selves first. And I'm sorry. So I want to say, if we have a family, right? In the household, mom, dad, daughter. Mom is black. Dad is Caucasian. Dad is white. The daughter, she's caramel. Cool. When she sees other people, she's not going to pay attention to, she might say, oh, your dad's color, oh, your mom's color, but she's not going to say, oh, I can't play, oh, I won't play, or, oh, you look like me, so I'm going to play. Kids don't start like that. Kids start with play, period. Your baby can be in the all-black school and finally see a white baby. That baby will know to play with that white baby. It's that simple. Kids learn through play. I can't sum it up no other way. Now, I'm going to go a little bit more in detail with this, because just to make sure you understand how much I believe that racism is taught. Okay? Yeah. So we have a situation to where a mom a baby sees a 2-year-old. Let's say she's 4. She's gonna be 4. We're gonna skip from 2 because we talked about 2-year-olds already. So we're gonna go to 4-year-old because she's a little bit more advanced. She can see. She most definitely know what she does and does not like at this point. She knows she doesn't like broccoli. She likes bananas. She knows she doesn't like boys. She likes frogs. Understood. She knows what she likes. Okay, she sees the doll. She's black. And she sees the doll on a mermaid on the TV, and this mermaid, she's a normal mermaid that just swims in the water. And they have other mermaids, the same different colors for every doll, every child, as you know, toys like to portray. They want to hit every field, every market, so they have each color. So, but this black baby, she doesn't want the black doll. She wants the white doll. Cool. When we get to the store, mom doesn't pay attention to the race. Mom's like, hey, just go ahead and get your doll and just show it to me. She runs, picks it up, bring it back, and mom's like, oh, that's a nice doll, but how about we go get one that looks more like you? All right? It's okay. It happens, but this is our first step of racism, okay? This is our first step of questions of color. Okay, because at this time, a 4-year-old, a 6-month-old sure don't know their colors. We're going to address that. We're going to establish that. If you do, you have a very baby with a very high IQ. Very good. 2 years old, we're just starting to learn our names. We're learning dogs and furry stuff. We're maybe learning colors, but we're learning purple, pink, blue. We're not learning black as in brown, as in African, white as in Caucasian, as into people. We're not learning that. We're learning colors as into, oh, this is pink. I like pink. Oh, this is blue. I have blue dinosaur. I like blue. It's not about the race. It's about the color. Period. Okay? So mom enforced it again. No, you go put that doll back. You get the doll that looks like you, or you don't get a doll at all. Boom. That right there, that's our race card right there. That's racism. Why does she have to get that doll when she already seen the doll that she wants? If she wanted a doll that looked like her, she could have got the doll that would look like her. But she chose her likings. We're not in the world where, black girls can't find a doll that their color. We're at a place that whatever nationality you are, whatever color you are, you can go and get that doll. And if you can't get that doll, you can sure order it on Amazon. It's there. It's created for us, for everybody. So why do we have to question our kids or what they like? You get what I'm saying? Now, let's go a little bit. We're going to go one tad bit a little bit deeper, because this is very important. I feel like this is very, very important to acknowledge. We have 4-year-old Daquan. Daquan is white. Yes, I chose to give Daquan white a black name. Yes, I think that is beautiful. Daquan is 5. He is now no longer in preschool. He's in kindergarten. Yes. Now, Daquan has friends, Henry, and I'm sorry, because I gotta make sure I'm on the right path. I know I'm on the right path. I gotta make sure I have my names right. Yeah. Daquan has friends. He has Sean, Billy, and Michael. We're gonna stay Sean, Billy, and Michael. Now Billy is white like Daquan. Alright? We understand that. But Sean and Michael are black. Okay? So Billy is playing with Sean and Michael with no problems. No problems because, he doesn't see color. Now, Daquan is having a little hesitation because when he wanted to play with the black boys, the boys that look like Henry and Sean at the park, his dad was a little, strict on him. Like, hey, no, you stay by me. But he doesn't know if that was because it was strangers or not. But these are kids at his school. So he plays with them. And you know what? He starts to notice, even though their colors are different, because his dad has made him pay attention to colors. But Billy, Sean, and Henry parents, they don't care about color. They don't see color. So they don't hesitate into playing. Now, Daquan, he's starting to catch on like, hey, we are, me and Billy are the same color. Sean and Michael, we're not the same color, but we all like dinosaurs. We all think girls have cooties, and we all hate broccoli. And guess what we all also have too? We all have 2 arms, 2 legs, two eyes, and 1 nose, 1 heart. And guess what else? They went a little bit deeper to catch on too. When they all fell off their bikes, when they all scraped their knee, they all bled the same color. So at that point, Daquan didn't see what the issue was with playing with all of them because they're all the same. They're all the same. This whole week, Daquan has been playing with these same 4 boys. They've been playing all week. Okay, it's been to where they decided that they are best friends. They are best friends. They are the 4 group. You know how you got the 4 groups. They started young. But Wednesday, Daquan's father decided to pick him up. And he seen him playing with these boys. And as soon as he got in the car, did you know what he said? I don't want you playing with those boys. It was very stern. It was very hard. It was very hurtful. And Daquan, he doesn't know. So he's like, well, why? He's going to question his father. And when his father backs his words up, Daquan actually went the extra little mile to, defend these friends, okay? These black friends and his Billy friend. So with that, Daquan's father wasn't having it. He put his foot down. No snacks, no TV, straight to bed. I said don't play with them. Next day he drops him off and he's very stern. Don't play with those guys. If you play with those boys today, you will not. It will be the same thing. You will have no snack, you will have no television, and you will go straight to bed. So that day, Daquan decided to not talk to them. And not only did he lose his best friends, but he had the worst day of kindergarten that he've ever had. In fact, his day was so bad, his teacher decided to call home to let his parents know about such a horrible day he had. And the fact that he was very, very disrespectful and mean to boys he had then considered his best friends. And no one seemed to have a problem with this. This is a situation where we teach our kids. We teach our kids everything. Also, our environment. Our environment is very important. Our environment, we have to make sure that our environment is positive for our kids to become very positive people. It's very hard to have a positive person come towards a negative person and not be negative eventually, or the light dims, or you can't say that you're having a great day and somebody that's having a very bad day. You can have 2 things happen here. Our positive is going to outweigh our negative, or our negative is going to outweigh our positive. If our child doesn't have a lot of positivity in them, like, you have to think about it all ways. What if your child doesn't have enough positivity around them and they become the negative person that's affecting positive people because their background is negative? Okay? This negativity, they bring this everywhere. Everything you do with your kid as a child, they remember it, it follows them. If you don't think they're thinking about it, they're thinking about it. Aren't you still thinking about it? Didn't you write about it? I know about it now. It's important. That is very important. Like, educational support, your environment for their educational support, we have to boost this. Okay? There's no such thing to me as automatically becoming a great student. It has to come from somewhere, whether it's a gene, whether it's the environment. Either way, it comes from somewhere and it has to be boosted. It's a plant. A child is a plant. It has to be fed the great things to grow the great way. Okay? Now, understand that in Greenchild magazine, it was stated that science shows that readings to the baby in the womb helps develop language early on, and continue to read to them as they grow, or they're going to be great in kindergarten and start reading to you. Yeah. As little as an infant. So from infant to 2, we should be reading. We read all the time. You could be pregnant with your baby and you reading the gossip, whatever gossip you like. You could be pregnant, hungry, reading a recipe. Read it out loud. That's all we want you to do. Read it out loud. You're reading all the time. Don't read it in your head. Energy guide. Read it out loud. Anything you see, you're gonna read it in your head anyway. Just read it out loud. Read it out loud. I'm not pregnant, but I'm just saying, read it out loud. They want to hear it. It's gonna help them grow, and it's gonna help you bond. They're gonna hear your voice. They're gonna know you. That bond grows tighter within everything you do positively. It's very important. Positive is very important in children, because they don't see negative just yet. You know, negative is small things. It's sad things. They drop their ice cream. They pop their balloon. You putting emotional, negative things on them is a big impact. It's a problem. It must cease now, today. Okay? Let's not even worry about the past. Past, it doesn't matter. Okay? Whatever you've done in the past, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter no more, because what matters is right now. Right now. Okay? Admit to what you did. Admit to your faults and do better. That's the best thing you could do for your child. Do better. Okay? There's a few more things I want to address, and then I'm going to let you go. I know I don't want y'all to be here. I don't want to, but I know we're learning. Okay? With school, let's address a few more things. A child doesn't do poorly in school for no reason. We're talking about kids. They're learning. Okay, they don't know how to say, I can't see, I can't hear, I'm hungry. Well, they might say I'm hungry, but when they say I can't see, you might have to think like, oh, open your eyes. They're kids. They're not doing poorly on purpose. Okay, if you notice that your child is doing poor in school, there's most likely a reason behind it. So go ahead, whether it's you needing to read to them more, you need to do more as a parent, or if you need to take it a little step further and see, like, maybe my child can't see. Maybe they mean they need glasses. Maybe they need a hearing aid, okay? And the first thing we don't need to worry about is how they going to look and who passed the gene on. We don't care how they look. Especially on physical. We care about how they look on paper, okay? We care about who we creating in this world. You don't know who your child is. You don't know if you have the next Obama. You don't know if you have the next Beyonce. You can't read the lyrics, can't sing the lyrics, can't know the colors. We don't know. MLK, Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks. We don't know. Okay, Dr. Phil. We don't know, Murray. We don't know who we are creating in this world. But we need to know that we are going to do our best creating them. We need to know that they know that we are here to make them better, to help them grow. That is why we are here. Okay? We're the wise ones now. We're adults. Ugh, I hate it. But now I have people that I have to create into great things now. Like, it's a job. I love it. I love it. Do better. That's the only way we're gonna make a better person. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm doing all this. Confidence is important. Emotional confidence in school. If you notice that your child has been studying all week for this spelling bee, becomes in third or second, please do not hit them with a "you tried your best." Please do not hit them with a "you could have done better." And worst of all, please do not say it's their fault. Okay? This hurts. This is not what we need at this time. This is not what we need. We need love, hugs, and kisses because we have tried our best. This is our first sign of disappointment. This is another feeling. Okay? You're not mad because someone did something to you. You're mad at yourself. They have already felt and declared that it is their fault that they did not win. They do not need you to come and confirm that. That's not what we want to hear. No, that's not what we need to say. We need to go out and get ice cream. We need to have a small spelling bee within the siblings. Like, we need to bring their confidence up and let them know that they did better. They did their best. And we can most definitely do better the next time. In a positive way. Okay? Not much suggesting it's their fault. Okay? Last thing that really sums up everything to me, everything I was speaking on kind of together. Well, not with obesity, but with environment and emotional support. School, you guys, parents, schools affect our kids in so many ways we do not see, we do not know. Okay? We send our kids to school like Elmo, and they come out like freaking Chucky. It's the influences, okay? So we as parents have to create, have to mold, have to model what we want our kids to be, do, and say. Everything. We have to model it. We have to do it, okay? We have to be into our kids. Understand? School will slide in and destroy your kids. I don't care what nobody say. I don't know if they have statistics on it. I don't know. I don't care. I'm going from my personal experience, and I'm going through my kids' personal experience. If I could been grateful enough to homeschool my kid, I would. Okay? Because it's the influencers in school that plays a big part of our kids, that destroys our kids' self-esteem. And if your kid does not have that proper environment at home, that positive environment at home where they feel comfortable to actually come home and lay everything out on the table of what happened at school, if that's not there, your child is going to slip. It's something I hate to say that's going to happen that's going to destroy your child. Okay, I'm not saying it's where it's like, oh, they're going to be a drug dealer or they're going to become an addict. No. It's just going to affect who they are. Okay? Perfect example, I'll use bullies and I'll close it out. For someone's child that started school, I'm going to say age 11 because I think that's when 11, 12, that's when not only bullies come apart, but that's when puberty hits. That's important. Puberty is very important. Okay? School is very important. We have to pay attention to this. Okay? Your child has just started getting bullied at school. And your child doesn't feel like they can come and speak to you about it. And the bully already said, if you tell someone, I'm going to kick your butt. And your child already got his butt kicked or the lunch took in or whatever the case may be. It's already been done. So they're fearful, okay? I'm going to talk about my kids a lot because I teach my kids. That's how I learn. That's how I become a better parent. I made a space to where my kids can come home and say, Ma, my teacher done lost their damn mind. Oh, if my child say their teacher has lost their damn mind, that mean that teacher has lost their damn mind. Period. Okay? Safe space. Safe space, baby. Why? And I had at one point where it was like, he said that, the teacher hit a student or something. And I'm just like, damn, this teacher has lost their damn mind. And we go to talk about, because if it was me, baby, we ain't even got to get there because we already know your mama crazy and you crazy. You already know. My kids know anything happen with a teacher, anything happen to anybody, you tell somebody and you call your mama. Call my mama. Call my mama. My kids will call my mama so quick to somebody. Call my mama. My kids know they don't have to argue with an adult. I tell my child first things first. If I come to the school, I'm not coming to chastise my child. I'm coming to check whatever teacher that didn't say something to my child because I know my child and I know who I'm raising. Period. My son not disrespectful. My son's not about to curse at you. My son not about to hit you. Okay? And my son not about to talk back. Unless he feels like he's justifying himself. And if he feels like you're not listening to him and he's not wrong, I believe in speaking for yourself. I don't care. Yes, he's a child, but he has a child with a voice. I was raised to where when an adult speaks, you can't speak. You can't speak. Even if I'm trying to say what happened, what really happened, and it really happened, I was the child when it happens to me. I learned, baby, teachers lie. Okay? I had an incident with my son that he felt like the teacher lied on him just so he can talk to me. And I felt it. I believe him. Because when I talked to that teacher right next to him, I already told my son, anything you tell me, when we ain't in front of teacher, when we get in front of teacher, you better say it twice. Because if you don't say it twice, that mean you lying. That mean you got me up here trying to defend you, but you got me out here looking like a fool. I ain't coming out here to look like no fool, so you better have all your ducks in a row. Dot your I's, cross your T's. Yes. And he said what he said to me behind closed doors in front of his teacher's face. And at this point, now this teacher is stuttering now. Now he's stuttering. And my son, he's getting emotional. See, I know my kids. You got to know your child. I know. He stated it in front of you. Mr. Stir, we got a problem because he said it. I know my son, when he lying, he gonna shut down. Because he don't want what's coming for him because he's lying and he got caught. But see if he mean it. Oh, no. We gonna address this. My dad never. I learned from my experience. My dad never. If my dad came to the school, ooh, my ass was grass. Ain't no other way to put it, you guys. My dad didn't listen to me. He didn't care what I said. All he knew was that a teacher was calling him. That's all he knew. I had a teacher that called him before they said that because I didn't do my work. And it wasn't that I was doing my work. I was always done. At the time, I kind of liked math. So when he used to take it step by step, he used to want everybody to do the PEMDAS, parentheses, exclamation mark, all that. I used to be able to look at some of the equations and get it and just write the number down. But I was in school. I had to show my work, So I started to show my work still, and I was still done. So one time he actually had to have my dad come and sit in the class with me, and my dad's like, answer the fucking question. And I'm like, it's 2. And it's not 2 because they're all the way at the top. And I have the final answer, but you want me to do, it's too much. It was too much. He destroyed my confidence even though I had the right answer. They destroyed my confidence. They destroyed me, made me feel dumb because I was smarter than the other kids. What? Did you hear that? That's how I grew up. Okay? My dad heard I was dyslexic. And you know what that meant to him? Automatically, I was stupid. I could not be taught. Okay? That meant I chose the hardest disadvantage to him to make his life miserable. Yeah, if you didn't think there are parents out there like that, think about it, catch it, and don't become that. Don't become it. Don't. It is very important for us to build our kids, and do better. You have all this information now, and not only do you have this information, you had the information that you walked in here with not even knowing that you had the guidebook as being a great parent. Okay? We have to think about this. We get a guidebook. We get the guide. We have the guide. It's the past. Our guide is the past. Our guide is the past. Okay? You take every situation that you have. You take every situation you've been through. You take every emotion You remember. And you take that and put that towards your kid. You put it towards your child. Whether it was positive or negative, you take that situation and you throw it at your child hard. But when you throw that ball, when you release that ball out your hand, you need to think about, you need to be releasing the opposite of whatever happened to you. Meaning, if this was bad, if your parents handled this a bad way, before you release that ball, you need to be releasing it oppositely to your child. I don't know if oppositely is a word, but it's going to be a word today. You need to have it opposite. Okay? If you know your parents wasn't strict enough and you went to this party and some girls jumped you, some boys jumped you, and just because your parents wasn't paying attention to the situations that was going on, even though all week you've been having these problems, and Thursday, all week, it's been Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all these problems with these children, but Friday, it seems everything's cool, and Saturday, we're getting invited to a party. And parents, we don't pay attention to this at all. Okay, but it happened to you. It happened to you. So if you notice that you see some signs that's going on that trigger some old feelings, that question some old things, you need to stop and ask your child, what's going on? Okay? This says don't be a child's friend. Yes, to a standard. I am my kid's best friend. Understand? I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. What it is. You just ran over somebody, call me. You need me to help you hide the body, call me. You need to smoke drugs, call me. You wanted to have sex, call me. You call your mom, call my mom. My kids know this. Call my mom. Any and everything. Why? Because my kids will not get misguided. They will not get off the road that I planned for them. I planned for my kids to be successful. Why? Because it took me too long to get successful, because nobody was planning for me when I get successful. When I became an adult, nobody was planning nothing for me. We get too easy with, oh, my kid turned 18, they grown. We get too easy with, oh, you acting grown, so I'm going to let you be grown. No, they're acting how we let them act, period. We let our kids do what we allow them to do. And at first my wife was like, oh, you so hard up with these kids, because I didn't let my son do nothing. Because this small problems we having, it's going to turn into medium problems as an 8-year-old, bigger problems as a preteen, and extravagantly big problems as a teenager. And now it's a little bit too late trying to be mother. You get what I'm saying? But if I'm best friend, if you're best friend and mom, best friend, she knows it all. I know it all. You're going to tell me. You're going to tell me as your best friend. You're going to trust me as your best friend. And as your mom, that's coming right behind it, because that's what he needs at this time. That's what they need at this time. Okay? Pay attention. Code switch. We learned it in school. Code switch. I'm closing out with this. Okay? Code switch. Okay? If your child is trusting you to talk to you, you listen as a best friend. You handle that as a best friend. Okay? You accept it as a best friend. You handle it as a mom. But a correct, you gotta know. You gotta code switch. You can't, because now I can't talk to you because I was trying to trust you to talk to you. I accept all the mistakes my kids make. It's a mistake, baby. It's okay. It's a mistake. It's a mistake. All right? Now, I don't do no jail mistakes, because at this point we old enough to know stealing gonna bring us to jail. Touching a girl, if she say no, gonna bring us to jail. We know all this. So we dealing with small instances. Okay? Everything that we go through as a child, as an adult, take that and forward it. The whole complete message. Forward it. Go ahead and fix it. Fix it. Pre-read before you send. Remember the emotions you feel. Remember the emotions you feel when your parents did you something. Remember that piece of paper that index card. Remember what you wrote. And take that and use that towards your kid. Use that guide, the do's and don'ts, as being a parent. And you remember if you were 8 when the situation happened, you can take that 8-year-old situation and become a better parent to your own 8-year-old. Y'all have a great day.